Okay, here we are at 2 tach 87. Alright, so they've got y equals negative 2/5 x plus 1, and y equals negative 2/5 x minus 2. Okay, that's kind of weird. Solve the system of equations at right using... At right? Oh, okay. I guess their formatting's messed up. Solve the system of equations at right using the method of your choice, then state the solution to the system. If there is not a solution, explain why. Well, that's kind of a giveaway that there's probably not a solution. But let's see if you can see why. So you've got this first equation, right? And you've got this equation. Now remember, the solution we're looking for would solve both of them. So we need a value for x where x and y, we need a value for x and a value for y that makes this equation true and this equation true. So let's think about it for a moment here. So the x and y, so this is a line, right? So you can recognize that this is in slope-intercept form, right? So here's the slope, and then here's the intercept, right? So the slope of the line is it's going down by 2/5, right? And then it intersects the y-axis at positive 1. So it kind of looks, let me see, where's my, kind of looks like if we had that, if that was our axis, so it intersects at like 1, right? And let me just make it a little bit easier to tell it's a line there. Okay, so that's kind of what our line would look like, right? It intersects at y equals 1, right there. And how do we know that? Because if you set x to equal 0, because this is x equals 0 right here, then y equals 1, right? Because 0 times negative 2/5 is going to be y equals 1. So that's how we know it intersects at 1. But then the other line has got the same exact slope, but it intersects at y equals 2. So it's basically this same line, but now it's going to move down and it's going to intersect at y equals negative 2, right? Well, if these two lines never intersect because they're parallel, because they have the exact same slope, then there is no value on this line, there's no coordinate on this line, there's no x and y pair on this line that's also on this line. What we really need in order to have a solution to both of these equations is we need these lines to intersect somewhere. So if this line were like that, right, then the solution, the xy coordinate that's the answer, is like right here, right? But if these lines don't intersect, if they look like that, we don't have a solution because there's no any xy coordinate on this line is not going to be an xy coordinate on this line. So that's saying if there is not a solution, explain why. So the way we would know this is just kind of by looking at the equations and saying, well, the slopes are the same, but the intercepts are different. Well, that's weird. So that's probably what they want you to recognize. So let's see what the partial answer is. Why is there no solution? How can you tell by looking at the equations? That answer is not even an answer. That's just a restatement of the question. These guys. Okay. Anyways, so that's how you could tell. You could try solving it too if you'd like, but you're going to run into a problem where it's going to say something like, you're going to have y equals like, or 1 equals 2 or something like that here as soon as you try and solve them. So another way to do it is just to kind of take a step back and look at them. Or graph them out. That might help too. Alright, let's move on to the next one.